Pastor Russ here with a spiritual thought for the day. Life is difficult. Those are the opening words of Scott Peck's classic book, The Road Less Traveled. Most of us would agree with that. Certainly at times life is difficult. Jesus certainly agreed with it. In John chapter 16, verse 33, Jesus simply told us this, straight up, in this world you will have trouble. But he said, but take heart, for I have overcome the world. A servant of God must be willing to endure pain, suffering, perhaps even persecution. The great missionary Paul suffered imprisonment, beatings, even shipwreck. Hopefully, you and I will not have to go through those same things. But his ministry bore fruit. It still bears fruit today. Every time, or almost every time, you read the New Testament, you're reading something that Paul wrote. The reason that his ministry continues to bear fruit is because Paul was willing to keep going in spite of difficult times. In Isaiah chapter 66, verse 9, God tells us this, I will not cause pain without allowing something new to be born. God never wastes the pain in your life and my life if, and it's a big if we cooperate with him. But if we bicker and fight and complain, we seldom see the benefit that God wants to bring about in our lives as we go through difficult times and pain. So let me ask you a few questions today. In spite of pain and difficulties, how firm are you in your commitment to serve God? Do you give up easily at the least sign of opposition or resistance? Are you willing to withstand the opposition that often arises in serving God? In Romans 8:18, we find these words, the pain that you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that's coming. Jesus and Paul paid a great price in serving others, yet they realized even greater gains. I want to remind you, just as was true with Paul and with Jesus, those greater gains don't always come on this earth. So if you're going through a difficult time today, I simply want to encourage you, hang in there. It'll be worth it in the end.